everyone, welcome back to Airship Dreams with me, Sita. Today we're doing a really fun experiment learning about the science of flight with Kristina from Little Science Lab. We're going to make our very own parachute and see how long it takes for something to fly down to the ground. I'm really excited for this one. Kristina, what are we going to do?
Hello, welcome to Little Science Lab. My name's Kristina and today I'm going to talk to you about the science of flight. And I'm going to talk about some investigations that you can do at school or at home to investigate flight. Now we're going to start today with looking at building a parachute. And parachutes are a great activity for looking at two important forces that are involved in flight. They are gravity and air resistance.
Gravity and air resistance, right, brilliant. So these forces are really important in how a parachute works, is that right?
Let's just talk about the science of how a parachute works. If I take my Lego lady and drop her, what's going to happen?
She'll drop to the ground.
You're right, she's going to drop to the ground. And the reason is that gravity, which is a force that affects all of us, that's why we can stand on the ground, we have gravity that's pulling us towards the centre of the earth. So if I drop this lady, she's always going to fall to the ground because gravity's pulling her down. Now when I attached her to a parachute, she was falling still. She will still fall to the ground, but she will fall slower because we have another force in action here. So when the lady is being pulled down, the parachute has a force also pulling down, gravity, but another force pushing upwards. And the force pushing upwards is called air resistance, and it pushes against the parachute. Now because our parachute is a square and it's nice and flat, it has a very large surface area. And if you have a large surface area, you have more opportunity for air resistance to push upwards and slow down the fall of your Lego person. So you can test this further. You can use a bigger parachute, you can use a different material and see if that affects the surface area. You could try dropping your parachute from a higher height, see if that makes a difference, and you can time those drops and see which one lasts the longest and has the best effect at parachuting your soldier to the ground.
Right, you're going to need your square piece of parachute material, and as Kristina said, it can be any material that you want to test out and experiment with. That could be tissue paper or A4 paper, and today I'm going to experiment with a compost bin. I'm going to see how that works as a parachute. So you need to create 4 holes, 1 in each corner, and if you're using anything sharp, it's always a good idea to get an adult to help you with that. So I'm just making a hole in each corner. Kristina gave me a really good tip. She said that you might want to put some sellotape across the hole to make it stronger so that then when you pierce it, it's not going to break. I think with this material I should be okay, but top tip there if you want to try that out, especially if you're using tissue paper. So now once you have made your 4 holes, you're ready to get your string, and you need to make each piece of string the length of a side of your square. So that's there for me. And you're going to make 4 times that length of string. Now I'm just going to tie each piece into the corner of my parachute. Brilliant! Now that you have all 4 pieces of string hanging down, you're just going to take 2 and then tie them together like this, and then do the same on the other side. There we go. Now you have 2 sides that you're going to attach to whatever figure you used. Now Kristina used a Lego figure. I've got a toy here, a Ricky Zoom toy. So I'm going to attach it like this. I'm just going to find a place to tie it on. There we have it. My parachute is ready. Let's see how she flies. When you're testing your parachute, hold the parachute by the toy and then toss it upwards and see what happens. Time how long it takes for your toy to float down. You could even stand on a chair to get a bigger drop if you wanted to. Be safe, of course. You can, of course, try changing the material, the size, or even the shape of the parachute and test out what happens. When you drop the parachute, it still falls to the ground because gravity is still pulling it downwards, but it just happens much slower. The parachute slows the fall of your Lego man or whatever toy you're using because the parachute has a large surface area, so it has greater air resistance acting upwards in the opposite direction to the gravitational pull downwards. I love the science behind this.
Now this is also a great activity for investigating different variables, things that you can change in your experiment. So we are going to investigate today what material we use to make our parachute. I've got some paper here, I've got some newspaper too, I've also got a piece of a carrier bag and different types of paper and thicknesses of paper. And you need to think about what would work the best as a parachute. Do you want a heavy material or a light material? We're going to investigate that. Also, you can investigate how heavy the thing on the parachute is. So we're going to be looking at using a little Lego lady on our parachute. You could also use a toy soldier or anything else you have at home or in the classroom that you want to investigate.
Okay, thank you so much, Kristina. I had so much fun with that experiment. Go on, give it a try at home. Test out different materials for your parachute and attach it to different things. See what makes a difference and how long it can take before your parachute reaches the ground. As always, we'd love to hear how your experiment goes. Let us know and send us some pictures to hello@airshipdreams.com. And for more information, activities, videos and experiments, just head to our website airshipdreams.com. Keep airship dreaming, everyone, and I look forward to seeing you again next time. Bye bye!